and I'll turn
Well,
it off.
this is a story that you probably heard, and I think it's probably in Lord Mayor, I'm not sure. But it was at the time when the Chinese were invading Tibet and down by the border of India. And there was a threatened incursion, and Baba had been fasting. I don't know if at this time he'd been fasting for almost 40 days on just light tea, or if it was like 10 days or whatever, but it doesn't matter. He had been fasting for, enough time that there wouldn't be anything in his bowels. So he's on his bed and the men are in the room and he's talking or something like that. And all of a sudden he says, quick, put me on the potty chair, put me on my potty chair. So they get him up and they put him on the potty chair and they think, well, that's interesting that he wanted to be on the potty chair. Usually if he has to piddle, we can give him the urinal or whatever, but he's sitting on the potty chair. That's kind of what they're all thinking, right? And all of a sudden, varoom, varoom. And Baba has a very, very large bowel movement. And they're all thinking, oh my, where did this bowel movement come from? So Baba gets cleaned up and everything, and they lift him off the potty and he signs to them, I want to look at it. I want to look at it. Let me see what I just did here. So he turns around to the pot and he puts his hands out, like with his fingertips up, palms facing skyward. And with like a very pleased look on his face, he says, oh my, look what I just did. Look what I did. And I haven't eaten anything for days, maybe weeks. But isn't that a beautiful specimen? And he said, here, bow, take the pot out, pass it around. And then you men should compliment it. So they're all looking at it. Yes, Baba, you did a good job. You did a good job. Oh, yes, so beautiful. I've never seen such a more beautiful pile of shit in my life, right? So it comes back to Baba to put he puts the lid on it and he's very satisfied again. And he puts his hand up facing the men and explains to them, that one I dedicate to the Chinese. And it was either that night or the next day that the Chinese retreated from the border and went back to China, or started leaving to go back to China. So you just never know what the avatar's doing and when he's going to do it or how he's going to do it. Has anybody else heard that story?
Yeah, but I heard it from you.
Oh, okay.
It might not have been recorded, so no, it's good to hear that.
I have not heard it, so thank you, Vesta. This is Gail.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm not sure if I heard that or not. Maybe.
Got a radio on. Let's see.
Jason Damron also sees disability benefits through COP. Damron never wanted to depend on the government either, but it's what he has to do to support his family.
Well, oh, maybe it's.
Something needs to mute.
Yeah, somebody, it's a radio.
I think I have to give a course in muting.
Well, you can't have a radio in the background. So let's see, Vesta, you still there? How about
Yes.
you talked about the photo that was from the ridiculous to the divine.
At Bender House?
I have no, the Baba photo by Baba's bedside was, but if that reminds you of Bender House, go for it. That's okay.
Okay. When I was sent to Pune on business, the business could be something that had to be recorded at the office in Pune, or something that was in the district, certain close by the area. Sometimes I'd be sent to Pune, sometimes to Bombay. But when I was sent to Pune, I always stayed at the Jesawala house, and that house was called Bindra House. And that's where Gaimai, Erich's mother, lived. Erich's brother, Merwan, his sister, Manu. And they had the sweetest woman who helped in the household cleaning and a little bit of the cooking and that type of thing. But they were basically caretakers of hers because she was oxygen deprived, I think, at birth, and mentally deficient. So I believe they took her in from a very young age. That's my recollection, but I could be a little wrong there. But anyway, that's who was living at the household at the time. And frequent visitors were Mara and Dolly and Roshan and that household. And they would just stop by. It was just like kind of the hub of the Jesawala family and that kind of side of the Zoroastrian, Parsi, Irani, Baba lovers in the Pune area. So one of the things that why I was sent to Binder House is because Gaimai, for some reason, took a liking to me, and she was very close to Mara. So the two of them used to talk about all my little quirks, or they used to share stories about me because they weren't in the same area. So if Mara felt very comfortable that Gaimai took care of me of Pune, and Mara took care of me when I was in the Nagar area, kind of. That was kind of the boundary. But part of the reason that Mara loved sending me there is because Erich always would send letters to Binder House whenever there was a way to get the post there, like if somebody was going there, or there was mail or something on the paper taxi, or it would just go in the mail every day. But also when I was at Binder House, Gaimai would send little notes out. Vesta ate a whole stack of toast today. I made it extra crispy and we had extra cream left. So today I put half butter on the stack, and tomorrow I'll put half, and I put half cream, but she got all the jam that she could eat. And today was raspberry and one was peach. You know, she'd do things like that. And then Gaimai always liked making that Persian omelet with the diced onions and the hirimichi green chilies and lasun, garlic, and some cilantro. And then they'd fry it up, and Mara would roll it in a chapati. So anyway, I just wandered. Get me back, Betty.
This is new to me. You are there on business. You were going on business.
Oh, okay, got it. So anyway, the first night I was there, when I was spending the night, they showed me my bed, and my bed was, it was like if you walk in the door, if you walk up the steps to the veranda of Binder House, for those of you who haven't been there, there's a huge wooden French door that you pass through if you go straight up the stairs and straight into the house. If you go up the stairs and go right before you go into the house, there's a lengthy veranda that goes down, the length of the house. And that's the swing there where Papa Jesawala used to sit all the time, but where Baba used to like to sit and swing as well. But if you go straight into the house, there's a little kind of hallway to the left of the water closets and the toilet. Straight ahead is the back garden area, and you go back to the go down where you park the car. And then to the right is a huge sitting room that's been broken up into sleeping areas using big almirahs, that are probably 8 to 10 feet tall. And
What
open
year
up,
was this, Vesta?
74, summer of 70, no.
Oh.
Summer of 75.
Thank you. And
Sorry.
what is an almirah?
Oh, an almirah is like those armoires.
Oh.
Is an armoire something that you can hang clothes in, and it's got
Yes.
drawers in it?
Yes,
Okay,
right.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Okay. So they put me in a bed that was in the far corner, and it was at the foot of the bed was a big armoire. So I had privacy for getting dressed for bed or whatever. And I had a window to crack open slightly if I wanted some air. But they always said, there's a lot of dust on the road out there. So if you open it, if it gets too dusty, then close it. So anyway, that's the bed I slept in. And this beautiful photograph of Baba had been placed above the bed. And it's the one where he's sitting, I think it's 1926. He's sitting in the chair and he's got the kerchief on his head and the garland. And I think Betty knows the one I'm talking about. Rosalie does too?
I'll show it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
Oh.
one.
this one.
Hold it down, my darling.
Yeah.
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 He says
Okay.
he's most present in that photo.
Yeah, he's in that photo. He said, I'm in that photo. And when you look at that photo and say your prayers, I'm present with you. So, and that's the photograph that she gave to
I might.
the guy when somebody asked to have it,
All
she
right,
gave
she
it.
loaned it out.
Yeah, who
Was it?
not Gustav,
Was
not
it?
Gustav, was it Dr. Gunny? Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it was. So she gave it to Dr. Gunny, and Baba came later, and he went to go to the photo, and it wasn't there. He noticed it wasn't there, and he turns to Gaima, and he puts his hand up, and with an inquisitive expression, and tells her, "Why did you put me out of your house? Why did you put me out of your house?" And she says, "Baba, I didn't put you out of my house." "Yes, you did. You took me and you threw me out. You tossed me out." And then she realized he meant the photograph that he told her to put in that place, and that he would always be there during prayers, and that he's in that photograph. She realized, so she was in a panic mode trying to contact Dr. Gunny to get that photograph back, and had to take that photograph back. So that's the same
Oh, he
photograph.
just loaned it in
Yeah.
order to copy it. He just loaned it.
Yes, yeah. He was just gonna copy it, but
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Madam Namo. Is that how you say your last name, my darling?
It's Mikhail.
That's my middle name.
Oh, okay. I love your name. I love names that express people's culture and country, and your name just makes me feel attached in a special way to you, but also, I don't know, I just love your name. I love people who have names that are significant to their culture.
No,
And I
actually,
understand you're a
Baoji gave me that
lover.
name. Actually, Namo Baoji gave me. So it's
Oh,
not
wow.
it's not my culture,
Okay,
but it's
got it. Got it.
my spiritual name.
Oh, good. So he mixed both of them together as only Baoji could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Mother
So anyway,
Namo.
so that's my bed where I'm sleeping, right? So the next morning, we're sitting at the table, and everybody's unusually quiet. And Gaimai comes out with a plate just stacked with probably 10 pieces of crispy toast. And she turns and she says, "Okay, so how did you sleep last night?" And everybody leans forward on the table and looks at me. And I said, "Good." And then Gaimai says, "Oh, you did? You slept good?" I said, "Well, yeah." I said, "Except I don't know. My bed kept shaking and rumbling, and the poles holding the mosquito net were rattling." And Merwan turns to Gaimai and says, "Oh, the ghost is back, and the ghost is now bothering Vesta. I hope it won't be so bad tonight, because that ghost can get, really evil and pull hair and, this and that." And they go on and on. So I'm getting a little freaked out. And I'm listening to this, and I finally chirped up, because I think I'm only, if it was the summer, I was only 24, not even 24 yet. And I think I must have said, "Well, let's just change beds then. I can sleep in another bed." And everyone said, No, that's the guest bed, and that's where the guests sleep. But I don't know. Something must be there with you that ghost is bothering you. It's never bothered anybody else for years and years. So the fact that ghost came out for you. But anyway, come to find out what it was is all these big lorries, filled with, road asphalt, which weighs tons going on the road. And what was happening is, the heavy trucks with the heavy loads were shaking the ground, and they knew that corner of the house would shake. So they put me in that bed and then tell me the next morning that there was a ghost and the ghost was bothering me. Did I tell you that before, Rosalie?
No.
Because you're one of the people I've told things to. So but I don't remember what I've told you. So okay, Betty, if there, does anybody have any questions about Gai Mai or Bindra House or?
Well, I can say it's only 1 minute and they're gonna have the tea time and
Right.
they don't want
okay.
it recorded, so just to let you know.
Oh, okay, so maybe we
Yeah.
should stop.
So Guy May, I got the picture back, and that's what you saw. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what that's the one
Yeah.
that was hanging on the wall above my bed.
Okay. All right.
But then they moved it back where they usually put it in the dining area.
Okay.
But they were telling me, and I think they said to me, "Did you call out to Baba? Did you call out to Baba?" And that was kind of a new concept to me, but it reminded me to call out no matter what. I mean, here I was in the middle of the night, and I think I must have said no, I didn't say Baba's name. And Marwan said, "No, you always say Baba's name like that, especially, when you don't know what's happening, so you want to protect yourself."
Okay. So now, ladies, we're officially at tea.
No. Sorry.
Recording.